Your winter tax bills in the city of Detroit are due January 15th. And while chances are your lender is receiving and paying this bill for you, it is always important to know how to read it, make sure everything looks okay, and make sure that the bill is getting paid. Especially if you have the neighborhood enterprise zone tax abatement, you have two bills. And it is possible, because I've seen it before, that your lender only received one of them. So, what you always want to do is once you get the copy of your tax bill, look it over. I'm going to explain in the duration of this video exactly what to look for and how to read it. But you want to make sure that your lender paid both bills. I have seen where the lender sent a payment and the bank, the city said it wasn't received. So you just want to always be mindful of what's going on. You always want to be checking. You always want to know exactly what's going on with your taxes. You don't want any surprises. So if anything looks weird to you or you're not sure, let me know and I'd be happy to review it with you. And coming very soon, you are going to be getting your yellow assessment notices. So keep an eye out for those. Those are going to tell you what your property is going to be assessed at for next year. And I will be sending you another video related to that.
Right. So here we see a 2021 City of Detroit winter tax bill. And this bill and this recording are probably going to be still good for future years. If they change significantly, I will record another one for a future year. Over in this corner where you can see these black lines, I have blacked out my name and address for privacy, but you do want to look at this to make sure, is this in the appropriate name of the taxpayer and is it going to the correct address? If it's not, you can email the City of Detroit assessor for instructions on how to update those things. And if you have any questions at all, you can contact me directly, however you are watching this, whether it be by email or YouTube or social media. Just go ahead and connect with me and I'd be happy to walk you through with more information. Right over here where this is blacked out is the parcel ID. This is going to be a multiple digit number. That's just the number ID that the city uses to identify your specific property. All right, and now going further down here, the SEV, this stands for State Equalized Value. The State Equalized Value is based on what the city believes that your property is worth from a taxable standpoint. In fact, the SEV is always half of what the city considers your property to be worth. So in this case, $3,700, the city believes that this property is worth $7,400. Now, that might seem like a small amount, but keep in mind this is vacant land, which is always, worth less. So below that, we see the taxable value of $213. Now, this is the number that your property taxes are actually based off of. So in the state of Michigan, we have passed a law in the 1990s called the Headley Amendment that basically allows you to pay taxes on what the property was worth closer to when you bought it. It does go up a little bit every year. This number can go up 5% or the rate of inflation, whichever is less. The rate of inflation is usually just over 1% in past years. So this number is only going to go up, less than 2% a year as of late. And with inflation going up, maybe that will change. So once you sell the property, this number is going to uncap to equal the state equalized value, and then the next taxpayer is going to be paying taxes based on that $3,700 number. So, but let's take this $213. Let me show you how the city calculates your taxes for the most part. So you're going to take this 213 and you're going to multiply by the millage rate right here. That's the winter millage rate, 9.3701. And then you're going to divide by 1,000. It comes out to 199. This bill is 197, so not a perfect calculation, but you're going to get really close. So that's how you know how that was calculated. All right, and this is considered a residential property. If you have a commercial property, it will say commercial. There may be another classification. And if your lender is paying your tax bill, it will have your lender's name right here. And the tax bill that you have received is just a copy, which is always good to know what your lender is going to be paying on your behalf. I would always recommend you review your tax bills and your assessment notices whenever they come out, even if your lender pays them. You always want to know what's going on here. And below that is your property description. This is just another way that the city measures the information about your property. But because it is vacant land, you can go ahead and figure that one out yourself. Moving over to this side of the page, we talked about these are your mills. So everybody pays taxable value times the millage rate. The summer mills are much higher. The winter mills are much lower, which is why the tax bill in the winter is much lower. And this is how that 9.3701 divides up. And as you can see, money goes to Wayne County, the Wayne County jails, parks, not sure what those are, but community college, the zoo, and the DIA. And this is the actual money that's going to each one based on this particular tax bill. And then when you scroll down a little further, you can see what your taxes are. There's an administrative fee that is based specifically on the amount of taxes that you're going to pay. And then if you still owed from your summer taxes, then you would see that amount here. You are allowed to pay the second half of your summer taxes with your winter tax bill. In this case, because summer taxes were so low, this got paid in full in the summer. But if you had not paid it, and it would show as your total. If you had not paid it and or you paid it and you paid it late, then you would also be maybe paying some interest and penalty. And if you scroll down further, this is your payment ticket. If you were going to pay by mail, you would detach this portion and mail that in. You can also pay through the DivDat kiosk or the DivDat app. You can do that with a bank account for no charge. There's many different ways to pay your taxes. I hope that was informative. If you have any questions at all, please do reach out to me. You are welcome to email me through the information that you see below, or you can message me through whatever means you are watching this video. Thanks so much, and talk to you at the next tax time.